Rahul Tripathi is another guy, DK, who's had to wait for his turn, right? And with the T20 cricket now, when you see him and the way he's playing, it's quite easy to then say, okay, my chances come after so long, I must play for myself. This guy doesn't look like he does that for even one ball. It's like he's playing the situation, he's playing for the team, he's playing selflessly. It comes across as that to a fan. Does that ring true?
Whatever I'm going to say now, I think, is not about Rahul Tripathi. It's, I think, for all cricket fans who watch Indian cricket and follow Indian cricket very closely. Please don't have selective amnesia or temporary amnesia in the near future when he gets, because the names replacing him will be big at some point of time, And then we might look at the scores and go, he just scored a 40 and he just scored a 30. Let's be very, very aware of the situation he's done.
Context.
And the intent and the context of every time he's walked in, selflessly, knowing probably his career was on the line, but still taking the aggressive option, still taking the big shot option, which could high risk option, but still trusting to do that because his team needs him to do that in a must-win game. I think we shouldn't forget that, because in 3 months' time, in 6 months' time, maybe he'll have a good IPL, maybe he won't, but he deserves that Indian team number 3 spot whenever that comes. If Virat Kohli chooses to play, okay. But when his time gets, if Virat Kohli is not around, he should be the first choice, not somebody else who's done well somewhere else, because when his career was on the line, he's done a fabulous job in the last game against Sri Lanka and this game. And he's not somebody who's going to get many chances, but still he went out there with an aggressive intent, took high-risk options and did exactly what the captain and the coach would want. So I hope as fans we don't get, we just don't look at it the same way after 3-4 months, because he's a good player. He's doing something very selfless, something that Team India needs, walking into ICC tournaments. And the beauty about him is that's his DNA, to go out there and do it irrespective of how big the situation is or how big the game is. And these are the kind of players you will need, because in the big matches, they will exactly do that. And if they come good, we have a great chance to move forward.
Today, he's not just 44 of 22. You look at that and you go, well, that's a good innings. But I think he's got a large part to play in Shubman's big score as well. That's the context that DK is talking about.
It's interesting, when you were asking him about Rahul Tripathi, I suddenly realized I was smiling. There are some players, they come out to bat and you just feel good. There's a smile that accompanies them. Everything Rahul Tripathi does on a ground makes you smile. By the way, today he took a sharp chance at point as well. He's not a mug in the field. Even in the previous game, I think he had a very good effort on the boundary too. But I could not agree more with what DK is saying. When you are 30, he's 31, 32 years old now. And till he was 26, 27, you didn't even know about him. It was at the insistence of a friend of mine that he got a trial that allowed him to play for Rising Pune. And then the whole family got in, and it was just like a fairy tale playing out. But that was 5-6 years ago. He could be forgiven for thinking players like me are good domestic players, we don't get to play for India. So when I play for India, as you were saying first, pakad ke khelo. Ye chance milega ke nahi dobara fir. Roko, theek khelo. But I saw the innings he played, I think in Hyderabad, where he got a 34 or 15 balls or something. And he had failed in the first game. And I thought, wow, man, this kid's not afraid of what? What he did today, he hit 2 sixes from a 6 stump ball. This is someone who's, as I said, had to wait a long time, and who can be forgiven for thinking, yaar, chance mila hai, roke khelo, pakad ke rehna. So that, I think, that's why I enjoyed what he said about, you need players like those who are not afraid on the big day and who are saying, this is the role my team has given me, this is the role I will play. We must respect those players. Sometimes we don't do that.